my name is Dan CT Mercedes, and this is one of my very first videos for YouTube. Today I'm going to be looking at Formula 1 2014. Yeah, I know it's an older game, obviously they're just about to drop 2015, but still I thought I'd put a video up just to sort of see what sort of response we get, and also going to have a look at trying to sort of do some time trials, that sort of thing. So let's get into what we're going to do. Obviously I'm on Xbox 360 at the moment. I do have an Xbox One and I also have a PC. Mainly focus on Xbox One. I know a bit of a sore subject for some people, but you know, I prefer the Xbox One. Anyway, we're going to be doing time trial in the Mercedes F1 car from last year. We are going to choose a track which I feel quite confident with, which will be... yeah, let's go for Spa. Obviously we're doing it in the dry. I'm not connected to Xbox Live at the moment, but that's not a big deal. Obviously I'm using very basic equipment, so obviously don't be too critical about the video itself. I'm going to be running through how I tend to set my car up, that sort of thing, and obviously how I tend to drive itself. Obviously some people will comment saying it's not very great, you know, that sort of stuff, but you know, it's the way I drive, and you know, it's how I like to do it. If you like what I'm doing, or you think there's anything I can do to improve, obviously let me know, and obviously I'll take those comments on board, etc. Anyway, so Spa's a sort of an odd circuit. It's a high speed, but you do need higher downforce, simply because of the type of corners, long, fast sweeping corners. Obviously there are the occasional tight turns. Turn 1, quite a tight turn onto quite a long straight. Obviously up the hill through Eau Rouge, you need higher downforce. Obviously it doesn't really matter what sort of downforce you put on for that corner, because a modern F1 car will get through that quite happily. But again, you know, we just need to have a quick look at this. So in general, we're going to be running, we'll go for a slightly lower downforce setup to start. I think usually about 5.3, although it'll probably be a little bit pokey on the nose, it should be okay. Brakes, to be honest, they should be okay, leaving them as they are. I might bring the balance to the front a little bit, and obviously bring the brake size up a little bit, just to give me that little bit more on the brakes. Pressure should be okay, we can leave that. Anti-roll bars, again, it really depends how much of a sort of turn-in you want on the car itself. Usually I sort of do that sort of thing, and usually the car's pretty happy like that, so go with that. Obviously suspension, you want as low as possible, maximum downforce. Some people raise it up a little bit. I only do that if it's wet, so let's bring these up a little bit. Usually 8.8 is okay for me. It's a time trial, so I'm going to go 9.8 and see how that goes, and everybody knows what you need to do here, so that should be good. Anyway, I'm going to save that very, very quickly. ATT1, and we'll go from there. What I'm also going to do is, because I haven't played this in absolutely ages, I'm going to turn some of the stuff off now. I don't have the racing line, just normal manual. I do use ABS, but again, it's one of those things. Traction control, I'm going to turn it off for now. I usually race with it on, because I usually use a controller and it's not that responsive. Well, it's more responsive, so you get low control over the car if you don't have traction control, but I'll give it a go anyway for this video, and we'll see how we get on from there. Anyway, let's get onto track. Now obviously the last corner is quite an important one. Quite late braking into that, you don't need to be that fierce into it. To be honest, I got a bad... Okay, so through the first corner, a little bit of a slide, but controls it. This car is very, very stable. I can honestly see why nobody could challenge a Mercedes. There's no way anything else could really keep up with the Mercedes on the straights. Obviously, Mercedes powered cars like the Williams, obviously, they are more. They were quite close to Mercedes, but to be honest, if you even look at this year's car, obviously Canada was quite a good example. You know, the Ferrari was top in the speed traps, but they're just nowhere near the pace of the Mercedes. They've finished God knows how far ahead, really. Oh, a bit of a untidy entry through there, but we'll see what we can do here. Okay, that's quite a good exit through there, so we're doing well at the moment. Fortunately, I've not done a time lap around this track, so unfortunately I have no reference as to what a good lap should be. But as you look, well off the pace of last year's game, F1 2013, I was doing a 1:49 through there and I've messed up. Okay, so we're going to take a little bit of a break there and see what's going on in terms of the setup itself. It felt okay. You know, what was the time? It was a 1:52. Ugh, it's about 3 seconds off last year's game. Now, obviously, last year's cars were, in theory, quicker. I say last year's cars, I mean 2013. In theory, these cars should be a lot faster than what I'm doing at the moment. They should be in the 150 to 151 range, sometimes less. Obviously, there are people out there that use steering wheels and all that, and they can get faster than the F1 2013 game, but I'm not going to go for that. I'm going to be more sort of your average Joe. You know, this channel is not really for out and out speed, but let's have a quick look at the setup anyway. So we seem to have quite a lot of oversteer, to be honest, so I'm going to drop the front wing a little bit, even it out. There's a lot of bite on the front end. We don't want to sort of even that out a little bit, so let's drop this down a little bit. These, I think, can stay. I'm actually going to increase that to 9. Obviously we don't need to change that, so let's have a go again and we'll see from there, see how it's going. Again, obviously we don't need to worry about fuel in time trial or time attack as such, because the engine is always turned all the way up. Tell you one thing, the Xbox 360 controller is a lot less, I don't know, it's just not as nice to use as an Xbox One one. Xbox One one, you know what I mean, an Xbox One controller. It's not as responsive, and I mucked that up big time, but I'm still ahead. Should be really in second gear for that corner. Oh, gained quite a lot through there. No, messed that one up. Oh well. Oh, over the sausage curb. A little bit ahead, not much. I would say it's about a tenth and a half, maybe 2/10. We'll see how it goes into. I always muck up the braking on that. Right on us, so pushing a little bit, just shy of 3/10. Yeah, it's going to be quite tight. Half a second. I think we can still go faster, so let's give it another attempt. No, mucked it up. So obviously, I'm nowhere near the fastest anywhere. I would never claim I'm ever the fastest. Obviously, this is a sort of a tester video, really, just to see what you guys think I should be doing. You know, there's a few videos in the pipeline. I've got a Forza 5 video that I'm working on at the moment. Basically, just doing some stuff with the F1 car in that game. Obviously, that's the Lotus. I'm putting in sort of a video together of how I do my own vinyls on that game. Obviously, Forza 5. It's about to come out of date. Obviously, they're about to drop Forza 6. I will be putting some Forza Horizon 2 stuff up. That sort of stuff, just to sort of give you a hint of how I like to drive on that sort of game as well. And there will also at some point, maybe within the next sort of month or so, be some stuff on GTA 5 online with a couple of my friends. And obviously I will be doing videos of F1 2015 when that comes out. In the meantime, if you like this, or you have any sort of comments or ways to make this channel better, or you want to see something for me to do itself, obviously leave it in the comments. If you like it, hit like, or if you want to, you can hit the subscribe button. Obviously, the more people I have on this channel, the more videos I will be making. And again, thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.